talk about Shane Douglas, because Shane Douglas was laying down what I consider to be some of the best heel promos of the time.
Shane, I don't think gets enough credit for what he's contributed to the business. And I think that's because either he didn't get enough opportunities to follow up after ECW, or he squandered those opportunities because maybe he was difficult to work with. I'll leave it at that. But Shane would get on that mic, and Shane really felt that he had been held down by Ric Flair, who was the booker or the matchmaker or the boss in WCW. So Shane was now made a main eventer by Paul Heyman, the franchise, and started saying some awful, horrible things about Ric Flair and used profanity like the way an artist would use oils on canvas. The way you use it, at the right time, in the right amounts, in the right places. And then he would turn on the crowd. I'll tell you this, we were in Queens, New York, and it was the weekend that the Giants were playing the Jets. It might have been the same night. It was a preseason game. So we were in Queens, New York at that Madhouse of Extreme, that Elks Lodge, and that crowd was as nasty as the Philly crowd.
Yeah.
And Shane Douglas starts in on New York and how Pittsburgh is better than New York, and just starts crapping on New York. And I'm sitting there interviewing him, and I see a coin come flying from the balcony and hit Shane right between the eyes. And a trickle of blood starts coming down Shane's face. Now, I know that you're a Blazing Saddles fan, so you'll get this reference.
Yeah.
I look at Shane and I go, son, you're on your own. And I powder right underneath the bottom rope. Shane blows past our big monster security guards, and it's like that scene from Slapshot where the Hanson brothers go up in the stands because somebody threw keys at them. He's punching out everybody. Like, he goes ballistic. That must have been another lawsuit, but yes, Shane would drive people to that level. Shane could, because he is.
Well, he had that innate ability to get heat, and sometimes with the boys. But I remember working with Shane Douglas when he was teaming with Ricky Steamboat, one of the greatest of all time, and Brian and I were the Hollywood Blondes. And I tell you what, man, there for a time, you always like to get the heat on Steamboat because he sold so good. But then Shane was such a white meat babyface. We started getting the heat on Shane because, man, he really took selling to another level himself. So I always thought Shane's work in the ring, and I mean this as a compliment to him, was better as a babyface, particularly white meat, than his work as a heel. But when he talked, he was a natural, grade A heel promo.
Yes, and the truth is that especially now in today's world, being better on the mic, I would argue, is more important than being better in the ring. Can you imagine if Shane Douglas had the ability to wrestle as a heel to match his heel promo skills, or the ability to do babyface promos to match his babyface wrestling skills, how much money he would have made?
It would be interesting. That's one of those what-if situations.